Blog Talk Radio.
Are you ready to take a bite out of the competition? Are you looking for ideas to make your business better? Welcome to the Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet, sponsored by Apple Capital Group. At the core of every successful business, you'll find people making a difference. And with each episode of the Core Business Show, we talk with those people, examine those ideas, and explore the strategies that make them special. Now, the host of the Core Business Show, Tim Jacquet.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Core Business Show. I'm Tim Jacquet, your host. Today, we're going to talk about green businesses. Seven ways to green your small business. I pulled this article from Steve Strauss, and I'm just going to add on to it. But if you'd like to go ahead and chime in the conversation, please feel free and to call in at 347-324-3460. Again, you can go ahead and post a question in the chat room, or you can actually email us at info@thecorebusinessshow.com. Make our business greener. There are really 7 steps that you can, and there's many more of those, and I will mention onto them to make your business more efficient. There's one thing about being in an office building when your rent is part of your electricity bill, is part of your rent. So it really doesn't affect you that much. But you still need to conserve. But if you're in a business park or office park, you actually pay electricity. These simple things will actually make a difference in your electricity cost. So kind of if you're in an office park or a strip center, or you have to pay your own electricity, then it makes a world of a difference. So here's a couple things that you really need to do. Make sure all your equipment is Energy Star equipment. They have that little green little label. Says Energy Star is certified from the government. If you need to look at some products, you got EnergyStar.gov. That's the agency of the federal government that actually certify to make sure that these items are environment friendly, and also they conserve power. They reduce greenhouse gases emissions and pollutant that caused by inefficient use of energy. And it also makes customers really identify and to purchase energy efficient products. That's one thing you can look at. Number 2 is use your timers and motion sensors. Even in conference rooms and office rooms, of course, the little plug that you buy that switch on and off, yes, it's cheaper to have the switch to turn on and off. But again, if you're paying the bill, it's a little different. You're probably going to pay $100, anywhere from $50 to $100 for the boxes itself. But install the motion sensor boxes. When they walk into the room, the lights come on. When they walk out, the lights go off. That would save some time and energy as well. Also, they have some that plug into the wall as well. I guess you got to be in direct contact. That could have to be an open area as you walk into the room. If you walk to that wall and the plug is right there, it's great because you can just use that sensor. That's probably about $10, and you walk in, the lights will come on, the lamp will come on, or something. So that's another option you can use. Also, you can put everything on a timer to cut on and cut off at a certain amount of time. Maybe 15 minutes before people come to work, maybe shut off 15 minutes afterwards, or they can manually override it. So that's another thing you can really look at, motion sensors and timers. Changing your bulbs, again, get away from the old-fashioned bulbs and go into the fluorescent bulb, the circular ones. You might want to look at the lighting because there are different lighting. Some are bluer, some are yellow. What I would do is the best time to do this is really at nighttime. In the daytime, you really can't tell because you have natural sunlight. If you have an office that has natural sunlight windows, you can kind of get away with that. But just buy the 3 bulbs and try it at night and see if that's bright enough for you, because sometimes it's really hard to tell. Some have a blue hue, some has a yellow hue. Somehow in America, we like the yellow hue because we can see more with the yellow. So kind of keep that in mind as well when you go to Home Depot or Lowe's to get your bulbs. Try it out at night. Number 4, all-in-one printer. We're in the office. We use copiers that do all 3 things, so we don't have a copier. And different printers set up at different stations. And paying for a toner, we have a couple of copiers that can copy, scan, and can do fax. And we have both turned on. We have plenty of lines here, and that's all we use. Everybody had to get up off from their desk and go to one of those machines to get it done. It's cost efficient for us. It saves us paper, it saves us time, and it saves us cost because we're paying for toner for only two identical machines. Also, you might want to look at reusing your packaging, your boxing, your paper, your office folders. Just reuse them and turn them over and write on the opposite side. If not, put a label on them as well. We're going to more paperless in our particular office. We don't use a lot of paper as much as we used to when we first started out. But even so, we're kind of green friendly. We used to take secure things that really doesn't matter, advertising or things that really didn't make any difference or identify a customer or have customer information on it. Our receptionist, while she's on the phone, she just would cut them in half and use a bulk stapler to use them as notepads. And also, I think also she got creative. She also used some kind of rubber glue to glue them together, and we made our own Post-it note. And that cut down on us by Post-it notes. And really what really helped us out over time when we started using things electronically, that cut out a lot of paper and a lot of everything else all together. Even we're looking at to do electronic documents instead of signatures and sending a final copy to the customer to sign via fax to get an original signature before closing. And that's really simple to do. But to start the process, we just use electronic copies, electronic signatures. And number 6, you can buy recycle office products. They cost a little bit more, but if you save it at the other end, it'll balance out the same, and you will save more over time. But you just need to really conserve the resources that you really have. Kind of keep that in mind as well. Also, number 7, use green power. Many utility companies now have two sources. You have windmill and you have regular old-fashioned type of energy. We use windmill for home. Use the windmill energy instead, renewable, than versus using the old-fashioned nuclear type of products. It's neck and neck now. It used to be slightly a little bit more, and we really don't mind. We kind of even it out. We sign a long-term contract. We are wind energy people, and we say, okay, we'll do that for the sake of the environment. But also, you can Google ways to green your office. Also, mention a couple of things. We also set up some recycle bins, and recycle has always been really questionable. I think the biggest thing regarding recycling, the issue is always having enough of those service products available for the office. So what we made 4 cans. One garbage container in the lunchroom, which we have a small lunchroom, is for cans. Another one is just for paper. Another one is for plastics. And the last one is for trash. And that's the regular garbage. And what we've asked our employees to do is rinse out the containers out from your microwave products. Rinse that out in a sink. Yes, we're using water. But rinse it out and throw it in the paper. If it's paper, if it's plastic, rinse that off and put it in the plastic container. And it seemed to work. They've been really conscious. They'll wipe it. And they're going to be extremely clean, but they run just a little water, wipe it down, and we don't use paper towels. We have paper towels when you need to use paper towels. We have rinse cloth, and they rinse it off and just wipe their product and put it in the container. If it gets old, we rinse in the container. At the end of the day, someone volunteers to take, if it's full, someone ends up taking the item downstairs and to the recycle, and they actually pick all those items up. Also, again, Google. There are 10 ways to go green at work. Everything is really out there. And 1, maximize your computer efficiency. Turn off your computers at night. Maybe you need your main servers on, but everyone's pretty much is cloud-based. So if you're cloud-based, you really don't need to have a machine on beyond your fax machine on one copier that needs to take incoming faxes. And what we've done, we went to a cloud-based fax system as well. It's a lot easier because it converts the docs for us, and we really don't have anything on at night. We have one computer and one small printer on at night if we need it for emergencies or something. But that's it. Everything else is shut down. Everybody's computer is shut down at the end of the day. If we need to update, we usually do that first thing in the morning, or we do that sometime at the end of the day before people leave. There's usually a timeout time. But usually when we come in the morning anyway, we usually have meetings. So that's when we normally do our computer updates. The meetings can last from 30 minutes to an hour. By the time people get settled anyway, the day, usually it really don't take that long to do the update. So back to those bins. Yes, get those containers not only in your lunchroom, put them easy, within the workspace, so people don't have to walk, a lot of spaces to get there. Make it really convenient for people, and then use them if it's really convenient. Also, there are some places that you can recycle your phones. You can recycle your cords, old equipment. We just donate the old equipment to Salvation Army. They'll pick it up for you and resell it. We haven't started any carpooling yet, hopefully, but everybody stay in the area, so that's not really a big concern. Those things that you can do. Again, I'm going to have Steve on the show within the next week. We're going to talk more about his small business endeavors and his business. But again, you can go ahead and pull this information up on our website, also through Bank of America website as well, their small business community. And they have some things outlined. But again, just Google. You'll get a lot of information where you need to go green for your business. Everybody, thank you for listening. I'm Tim Jacquet, your host for the Core Business Show. Everybody, take care. Have a great day, and thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to the Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet. For a free quote on equipment leasing and financing, visit our website, applecapitalgroup.com. That's applecapitalgroup.com, and fill out the information to receive your free quote. We hope you'll join us for our next episode. And remember, you can always get to the core via iTunes. You'll find all our previous episodes there. Thanks again for listening to the Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet.